Byzantines as a mercenary fighting against them. The Byzantines offered him the theme of Crete, the Duchy of Crete, which he accepted in exchange for peace and to become a Byzantine vassal. We loyally did that for about a year and then started bullying the Byzantine Empire again. It was a bit longer than that. It was like 5. And basically got them to give us co-emperorship, which we then abused to form our own kingdom. So we are now the Captainate of Crete, the Kingdom of Crete. So we also have the Duchy of Crete under our control. And yeah, Byzantine Empire not really doing too well at the moment. They are kind of crumbling. My initial goal, or my initial objective, was to take Greece. We were basically going to declare independence, fight the Byzantines, take Greece, form our own also-true territories in Greece. Unfortunately, the emperor died and was replaced with a new guy who has substantially more troops, but I think that is primarily because he is currently fighting a Great Holy War, or a Holy War, against the Abbasid Empire. For the Kingdom of Pontus. So everything up there, which is this northern section. Okay. And unfortunately, our guy is now 75. He's in poor health. He's infirm. I don't think he's going to last much longer. And our family is going to split. Because the heir to the family is our daughter, Rögenfrida. The heir to the Captainate of Crete is our son, Ungrimir. Because we've had to fight quite hard to ensure the succession. This is not a hereditary succession, it's a popularity contest succession. And Ungrimir was just winning, and I couldn't see a way of not supporting him. Go to the themes, and then the Captainate of Crete, and then Strategos appointment. There is no way of choosing who you actually want to support. So even though Ungrimir and Rögenfrida were like the same level, Ungrimir was just slightly ahead, and apparently because he was number 1 for our family, we had to support him. Which is a bit annoying, because I would definitely have liked to keep Rögenfrida. Keeping everything and then basically struggling on. But what I am thinking right now is that when Mordred the Young dies, we will then take over as Rögenfrida, and I think we may just become a adventurer again. So Ungrimir will keep his place as the Captainate of Crete. He will continue being a Byzantine vassal, at least for the time period. And we're going to move north, because I still have my eye on Mordvinia. I just like the idea of taking a place called that, and then basically my idea is to establish Orsatru in Russia. I really wanted to take Kyiv. We still may try that, although they're getting quite a lot stronger. But I really want Mordvinia, so we will see how exactly we go about this. And then after that, we'll basically start moving across the steppe, I think, towards the east. At least that's my objective right now. That's my thinking. I've got a real frog in my throat this morning. Hopefully that disappears over time. Alright, so I think we can just go ahead and unpause and see where time takes us. Ah yes, we're also being racked by diseases here in the Byzantine Empire, although this one seems to be fading now. The Beelzebub fever, which I don't think any of our family got. The other thing we do need to do is keep an eye on our family and make sure that we get everyone married off. Because there are quite a few of them now. The only problem is the ones that are not direct family members usually have a terrible pool for who they can get married to, which is really annoying. Because I think I am still responsible for getting them married off as the family head, effectively. Yeah, I don't really know how to handle that. Granddaughter. I mean, you're just a courtier. You at least are a granddaughter. I see it. Oh no, we've got some. Alright, so where are these people coming from? These are still courtiers. I have a lot of people who could be a champion, but my champion pool is tiny because we're an administrative nation. It doesn't happen to be... Not really. Does anyone have any better ideas of how to find potential matches for family members who are only considered courtiers and not direct family people? Just, yeah, getting Signy married off would definitely be nice. Oh, now it's a bigger list. So find spouse is different to arranged marriage. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I think that was me being stupid then. Is that true for everyone? Yeah. Okay, I'm being dumb. So, let's start with the family members who are closest, which would be for us, Signy. I'm looking at this line here, so here it just says courtier, whereas here is granddaughter. Right click on you, and then find spouse. Okay, so, Signy is quite smart. What does Signy actually do? So she's learning. She is a shield maiden. These guys are all quite old. But I'm thinking maybe Trubetskoy? No, he's rubbish in everything except for learning. Although that might be because he's blinded. And he's also ill. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you're a terrible match. So that was you. This is matrilineal. This is going to kill my prestige, but I don't exactly have a lot of prestige, so I don't really care. So that's fine. So that's Signy. This is mostly just to keep the family growing. Alright, so let's get Ingfrida. Find spouse. You are also learning, but not nearly as much into it. I'm thinking probably Samuel. And then we have Stein. See, you're finding only Vikings. And Anna the Evil, apparently. How's it going with the carpal tunnel? It comes and goes. Like, it's definitely getting better. I'm doing all the stretching exercises the physio recommended. So it's getting better, but it's the kind of injury that takes weeks, if not months, to recover from. But I definitely get the shooting pins and needles feeling way less frequently. Like, when it was at its worst, it was like every 10 minutes. It was really quite bad. Now it's maybe once or twice a day. So it's definitely getting better. But protracted sitting at the computer, I can definitely feel that. So hopefully in maybe a month or so we'll try Mountain Blade again. But I definitely need to take that a little easy. But anyway, finding a spouse for Stein doesn't really seem to be working. So let's try Grima instead. Yeah, you have way more options. You're also considered comely. You are a steward. There's a couple of options here. I quite like Bertolf. Deceitful and vengeful. I actually think that Alphonse is better just in terms of trait capabilities. And then we've got Ilva, who is intriguing. Let's go with Abel, maybe? None of these guys are exactly amazing. So that was Ilva. Next up we've got Marina. Quite a few clubfoots running in the family now. And you are also a steward, though you are not nearly as good at it. The quality of people's really falling off. Let's go with Olaf. This was Marina, Bjorg. You're an also true zealot who likes fighting. We haven't had many fighters. Actually, Ali the Dalemite seems to be a pretty good match for you. Medium chance for children too. Huh. Then we got Magnus, who's going to be another one that's going to be difficult because it's only going to... Oh no, you're not. Why are some of you much easier and some of you not? Oh, because you're a cousin, you're not a courtier. You are considered strong. And you are a fighter. Freya seems quite good. So that was Magnus. And we have Darla. You're 51, so I don't particularly care. Valdemar, I think I do. You are a learning. Not very good at it, though. But again, the pool seems to have expanded again. You're learning, but actually your best thing is diplomacy. So let's see if I can get someone who does both of those things. Maybe Kikala? It's Voldemar, and we have... You three, I am sorry to say, are too old for me to particularly care about, so we're just going to go ahead and unpause. We'll let all of those happen. And then we'll see who's left. Am I still getting people from China? I didn't that time. This marriage pool seems to be far more reasonable. Alright, so Stein and Ingfrida are the ones still to go. And you are Marshal. There should definitely be options for you. Maybe Cadog? Yeah, Cadog's looking pretty good. Matrilineal, go ahead. And then Stein. Why are you proving so difficult? Oh, disease did get some of our family. Interesting. This is showing 8 out of 16 characters. Why? Oh, probably because fertile? Yeah. But that's literally it. We're not searching for anything else. Maybe I need to... It's not even a preset problem. Because this is lit to literally everyone. So I really don't understand why this list is so small for you. It's kind of annoying. Because you're not terrible. Have I tried using a wrist support thing? Not entirely sure what they're called in English. Many pro gamers use them for exactly that reason. I do at night. So the recommendation was nighttime is when most of the healing occurs. So in order to keep it stationary so it doesn't bend around, because very often if it like gets caught under a pillow or something, it can bend in different ways. So having that brace keeps it straight so that it can do its thing. I also, for like a week, in fact, I can still see the irritation on my arm. Oh, that's why that's dry. Because of the... I had a... What was it called? It was like... Basically a tape, just a really thick piece of tape that was across my arm. Looked like a cross. And that's basically to pull the skin apart and open up the blood vessels so that blood can flow more easily. That was only on for about a week though. And now I realise why I'm getting skin irritation down here. Because that's where the bandage was. Not the bandage, the tape was. Arranged marriage is the same list. Right, so am I challenging anyone's status? No, I probably should be. To make sure that I stay ahead of the competition. So you are easily the biggest competition that we have at the moment. Can I slander you? I can, but that one's not easy. So I think we'll just leave that be. We do actually have other people who are in the running this position, so let's go ahead and challenge your status. I'm not spending anything to convince people. The pool of people is easily big enough to do that ourselves. So our family continues to grow. Our alliance with Sweden just ended because the Queen died. And broke the empire apart quite significantly. But True is definitely spreading here. There's a couple of little old True holdouts, but that's fine. Actually spread into Germany too. Nice. Apparently there's an Orthodox. Who on earth is... Oh, Lotharingia is Orthodox, apparently. Interesting. The wilderness is calling out to me. It's been too long since I hunted. Out there in the hills of Attica, there are plenty of flighty deer. One of those could do well on my dinner table tonight. Something is missing, though. Are my hunting spears too old and dull? Or is it a companion I lack? So I need a new dog. I need some new hunting tools. Let's go with a dog. We're going to call you Holdfast. What an excellent name. I'm a genius. Okay, so the peasants are rising up against us. Where are they rising? They're rising over there and immediately running away. Call the banners! We're going to war. So we're going to chase you down and then cross here and then go back to Chalkis. We have a level 23 commander. I think that's going to be fine. We have actually managed to split their forces, which is very nice. They're going out to sea for some reason. But we'll go and smash this army first of all. We should be quite considerably higher quality. They have pikeman militia, or a peasant militia type. They counter... Oh no, they're countered by the Huskars and the Druzhina. And they counter my Droni. Connie, sorry. I was talking about the Connie to one of my colleagues, and he was like, Connie, Connie. Which I know that someone in chat was trying to correct me on last time, and I kept on calling them Coney, but it is Connie. Connie. So they are being entirely countered by the pikeman militia, but my heavy infantry should absolutely school these guys. And I'm being called to war. Fighting against the Queen of Denmark. No. Fighting for Denmark. Ooh. Against Quelland and Gilland. Sure. I'm sure I will do a lot to help you. One glorious victory. Where are you guys going to land? Is it Athens? It's probably Athens. Actually, stay there. See where they go. Oh no, you're going to Crete. You cheeky buggers. So we're going to wait until we have off-boarded, and then we will attack. A shadow over Chandax. To walk through Chandax is to be treated to a dreadful symphony of human suffering. Pestilence has come to this unassuming hamlet. Summon the physician. Little leprosy, early prevention. Our medic is phenomenal. So I think we're going to do desperate measures. What is it this time? Where? Right behind where we are now. Okay, so it is in Crete. It's quite major. This place is really disease-riven. Success. Hold there. Until that disappears, then we will attack. Let's go. We should be able to crush these guys. Learning Park. So I already have completely maxed out Whole of Body and Scholar. I've taken the Medicine Focus to try to keep my health going for a bit longer. Let's go for Personal Piety, I guess. Crushed it. So we're going to go ahead and enforce our demands. Basilius is quite good. I might actually recruit him as a soldier. What is that? Not doing the thing I expected it to. Yeah, you are actually a decent fighter, so let's go ahead and negotiate your release if you join us. You have measles. So does my family. Oh, Rogenfrieda has it. Oh dear. Drastic measures. Bloody hell, this spread fast. Close the gates? I was not expecting that to happen so fast. I'm going to isolate the capital and probably also enter seclusion. No! I got it. Tor informed me that she had identified the tainted tissue, which was the root of the disease, and removing it would most likely cure me. I was most pleased and agreed to the surgery. I wish Tor had told me that the tissue was my face. The treatment was almost as unpleasant as my symptoms, yet I feel it has been effective. While I'm not fully cured, I feel much better. Infrida has given birth to a son. A map. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at the local tavern. The man has been spending large amounts of coin and bragging loudly about the great deal he struck with a fancy lord in pearls and silk. Thank you for bringing this to my... Whoops, I did not mean to press that one. Never mind. And you guys should go home so that you don't fall horribly, horribly ill. 53 days to get home, or we could just sail. She is also disfigured. Oh dear. We have converted the faith in our county meanwhile. We need to continue doing that because apparently the Basilius keeps on trying to convert us. Dan died. Aw. We did not react quickly enough to... Why is that taking you 27 days to get... Oh, because of this, I guess. Fair enough. Do it. Oh yeah, little leprosy is absolutely annihilating us. Oh, and I'm losing the succession. Spend some time with Roggenfrieda. Right, I totally forgot about the challenge scheme. I should... No, we're not. We have maxed this out. Oh, because we have no proper opponent. There we go, now we can get to 95. What was the other thing I needed to do? It was the theme. I need to protect the theme. It's not my one, that's my one. Oh, the guy must have died, because we are first again. We are only just winning here, so I think I might do a promotion scheme once this scheme is done. In fact, with all the bonuses... should be able to leverage advantages, which is another +10, which gets us to 95. Success! Petros has learned his place. Okay, cool. So, going back to here, then to here, then to here. Promote scheme. Ah, this one. I was about to say, this one's quite easy. That did not. Green is still the best person for this job. Yes. So is Andrew now. It's 102 ducats. That hardly seems worth it. Rashes are gone, skin is back to normal. Almost feels strange to be able to breathe again without the intense itching. I no longer have measles. So I survived! As I walk down the halls, I hear some muffled laugh. That voice, I'm not used to hearing it so bright and clear. I push the half-open door and see in front of me as my wife Hull, seemingly recovered from measles. My beloved wife is, well, once more. We're both disfigured. Oh dear. Measles took it out of us. A lot of people died. No, I do not want to emerge from seclusion until this thing is actually gone. A snake in the court. Scheme failed. I'm heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle by the window. Just the wind, I think, until the wind starts to speak. Dan, open up, my beloved. It is I, Dobrava. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a woman has climbed up to Dan's window. It is Chiefess Dobrava of Breslau. Okay. New temples established. Oh, nice. And I gained another level of devotion, so I am now considered a paragon of virtue. My spy master tells me that somebody's trying to kill Xenia. Alright, now it's starting to disappear. I took Cecilia out playing with a bow, and to my surprise she ran into a wounded doe. When she showed me the animal, its wounds were evidence of slow and torturous death. Cecilia just smiled. How about you become ambitious instead? Waiting for this to leave my territories. Scheme at court. Someone's plotting against Dan. It is still killing people. I don't want it to be reintroduced into my territories. Bloody hell, Dan. This is someone else. Crusader, High Chiefess of Minsk. She's travelled a long way. Gavril is planning to kill my granddaughter-in-law. You are some random nobody. Let him be known to all. My own scheme. I lost the guy that I bribed. Damn it. The Patriarch. Oh, this scheme is never going to happen. You know what? Let's just cancel this. Okay, this has now left my territory, so we can emerge from seclusion. And we survived. Now, how many of my family need to get married again? Not many. Okay. Alvor, meanwhile, can get married. So, what are you? You're a fighter. The peasant revolt leader would actually work quite well. And I have children who need guardians. You are Intrigue or martial? Kind of actually would prefer you to be martial. Intrigue's better choice. Grimir would seem to be the best option here. And then we have Hoarder, who is possessed. Oh, lovely. Good fighter, though. And your best thing by far is Intrigue, so I think probably also Grimir. Okay. From dust. Finally, the plague has left the realm, and we must take this as an opportunity to rise from the chaos left in this wake. We now emerge from the wreckage of the old world, and the time has come to consider the new. Masses of survivors have already begun moving to Tormo of Chandax, their new haven, and this could prove to be an exciting opportunity for the new capital. No, I do not want that to be a new capital. I can afford to spend 18 treasury to rebuild, thank you. Ingbjorg has come of age. Always a curious and knowledge-hungry child, Ingbjorg has shown an affinity for scholarship from an early age. An avid learner, she has been quite the purveyor of knowledge and has proven herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Queen Holt's contributions towards Ingbjorg's education cannot go unmentioned. Her lessons have given Ingbjorg valuable knowledge for a future life. Nice. Let's get you married. You are an intellectual. We have quite a few intellectual candidates. Humphrey. I quite like you. Matrilineal. Yes. Absolutely killing my prestige, but it's what it's there for. And we are still somehow alive. War still ongoing. 78 years old. Only one of our children has died, actually. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Dragonflieder at this point is 46. She only has one child, which is... Oh, that's Dan. Ha! Scheme Accord. Someone's trying to kill Xenia. Is that my... Ramirez? Not blind. Xenia is the one who's blind. The co-emperor is now more powerful. Scales of balance have shifted in my favor again. I didn't even do anything. At the moment, I don't particularly care if they're in my favor or not. I'm quite happy just leaving that alone. So what does this figure... Oh, and I am also wounded. Yeah, we are struggling. Still absolutely whip smart, though. Malignant magistrate. Allegations of corruption have recently mounted in Athens, where many have come forward with specific grievances against one of my chief magistrates, a man called Xenon. He has been brought before me to answer the accusations, which include demanding outrageous bribes in exchange for even the most fundamental of functions. In truth, my co-Basilius, he croaks, this is all just a misunderstanding. You are a thrifty clerk who is not very good at clerking. So yes, I think you will repay those bribes and be stripped of your post. Gives me some Strategos skills. I have now hit the level 1 level, so I'm on my way to level 2. Another Dan. Miraculous healing has appeared in Attica. We definitely need to go and check that. An interesting case, most unusual individual we have brought. An interesting case and a most unusual individual are brought before me for judgment. This man, Karatan, is accused of being a false invalid, a husker who makes a living hoodwinking the faithful. Yeah, we've come across someone like that before. You're an intricate web weaver who happens to be a wise man. I think you are having everyone on. Although you do have 22 intrigue, which I could certainly make use of. I could use someone with your creativity, actually, yes. Sorry, Angramir. You have been replaced. And how is our cultural acceptance doing? We're at 20%! I did not think I would make that before this character died. Save! So we need to go to this, and this. Hybrid. No! Dating simulator ended up being my doom. Yeah, and the fact that I can't raid. I could join the war against the Abbasids. But that's going to take a while, and that's a while I definitely do not think that this guy has. Oh, that's so frustrating. Well, the cultural acceptance isn't going away, so whoever takes over after us can probably do it themselves. You're similarly bad. Oh, we are not a prestigious family anymore. I mean, Denmark is winning this war. They don't really need my help. But I could sail up there and crack some skulls. Earn at least a little bit of prestige that way. Especially as the capital just fell. And you're about to get your army beaten up. It's going to take us a long time to get there. My cousin Archon Gudrun approaches me, rage in her eyes, and dog in hand dragged along by the scruff of its neck. As she reaches me, I can see as my dear, hold fast. I saw this beast among my things. That wasn't chewed to bits, was left in excrement. It's just a dog. Oh, and you split your forces. Why? Well, Denmark's screwed. Another learning perk. I do believe that I am truly radiant. What's actually earning me this? Baronies, counties, mostly being the house head of a very large house. I have a decent army, but I don't think it's necessarily great. Björg is planning to kill Xenia. You're both Vikings! What are you trying to kill Xenia? Oh, you're Dan's wife. I'll let her be known to all, but I'm not going to arrest her. Now what, Denmark? Fine. The Holy War's almost over. So 3,500 troops. You have 400 heavy infantry, 200 archers, but mostly levies. You've discovered planning innovation. Byzantine flux spreads. Hold on. Seems to be coming over to us. And you're of course leaving. I think I'm going to stand here and protect this crossing. And hopefully that's going to be enough for us. Because my troops are good, but they're not great. Came and, you know, fought alongside me, we might win this. Oh my god, seriously? Damn it, Denmark! Praxi of Minsk is plotting to kill Xenia. Man, Xenia really does not have many friends in this world. Alright, potential battle, defensive building, high quality, more men-at-arms, and straight crossing. Let's see if I can win a 3 against 1 battle. With that kind of advantage, probably. Especially because the majority of your forces, at least, are militia. But this is the army that has most of the actual troops. Xenia has become a rival. Really, Xenia? Really? I'm the one keeping you alive! Okay, so, well, for one, you're a heathen. And then for two, not much I can really do to you. You're beneath my intentions. She's blind to my attempts at protecting her. True, true. Okay, so the Bondi are basically entirely countered. The Vigmen are mostly countered. The House Guard are not. The House Guard are actually quite good. Actually, they are better than my Druzhina and the Huskars. And their archers are also mostly countered. And the only thing that are being countered for me are the Connie. We are losing. My wound is healed. I am now scarred, as well as disfigured. But man, we put up a hell of a fight there. You know what? I'm not displeased. Although you don't get prestige for losing battles. I lost 300 men, they lost 588. My Huskarls were excellent. My champions did okay. Oh, that's their big man. Their champions, man, they had 9 of them. Their House Guard performed less well than I expected they would. Their Bondi and Bowmen were terrible. And the Connie didn't do very well either, but I'm not that surprised by that. Yeah, go for it. If you guys had fought with me, we would have won that battle. I'm just saying. They were down to just 800 men by the end of it. Now, do I regain strength standing here, or do I have to go home? I have to go home. Your army I could probably do some damage to. Yes, I can definitely do some damage to you. Oh, but I take attrition. $79, still going. If there was ever anyone utterly unworthy to sit on the Imperial throne, it would be Anthemos. I am now loyal to the Empire. Of course I am. Going from best friend to the previous Emperor to loyal to this one. In all but action. Meanwhile, the Civil War has ended. Sorry, not the Civil War, the Abbasid War. So you're back down to just 2,000 men. Most of which are levies, so I could definitely beat that army. If I wanted to go for independence. At this point, I don't think I do. I'm going to go and beat this small army up while they're isolated. And then hopefully I'll be able to run the hell away. What are we doing in Denmark, visiting a real-life home nation? Watch it, you! I'm dying. Okay. So that is my 1-year warning. 17th of July, 974. I made it to 80 though, which is quite impressive considering everything. And then hopefully Ungrenir will be able to create the hybrid Greco-Norse. See if these guys start marching towards me as I fight them. Nope. And after that, I think I'm going to go home, because I'm going to want my armies at home. Cecilia is coming to an end. Curious, knowledge, hungry child. So you've got a level 3 as well. Let's find you a spouse. Hopefully someone who doesn't cost me prestige. Oh wow, 28 learning. You are 50 though. See if I can find you someone a bit younger. Oh, Cecilia suffers that. That's not me. Interesting. There's the victory. You do indeed get prestige from winning battles. I just don't think that any of these battles are winnable. I would have gotten so much prestige if I'd won that 3,000 man attack. What's my play here? You're winning that fight. Cannot take on either of... Well, I probably can take you on. And now you're not going to cause me attrition when I move there. Denmark's army is back fighting these guys, though Denmark's about to lose their capital. Are you chasing me? Yes. Let's make sure I get this straight crossing then. You want to have another crack at me? Fine. No. No, you do not. And it's winter, which means that my Huskarl unit's going to be even stronger. They get stat buffs. Minus! Minus! River... Oh, there's a river there. It was saying plus. I mean, the Vigman... Oh, I didn't actually do a very good job of countering them, and the Connie are not going to be very strong here. Yeah, we should just go home. We are doing nothing good here. Alright, time to leave. Is everyone married off? Everyone that matters is. Mystical knowledge. I've heard tell of devotees engaging in trances and visions of ecstasy to commune with Odin. Should I too try to attain this level of divine connection? Absolutely. Locked in a room, strange powders on a burning fire provided overpowering heat, smoke and smell as I try to feel the things that lie beyond the world of senses. I do not know how much time passed before some strange indecipherable visions of light and pulsing sounds came to me. Was it my imagination or a glimpse of the divine? Is there even any way of... As I experiment more and more, I get a clearer and clearer grasp on things. It is as if I can now summon the presence I feel when I start my little ritual. It offers stability and comfort. The chaos of the world swirls around me. I've become a wise man. Become even more knowledgeable. I'm just going to double check, as I'm on my deathbed, that I am in fact going to inherit this. Yes. Wait a second. No. Athens, however, we're going to lose. So let's go drop a major contribution here. Thankfully now we have tons of influence, that's not a problem. Got another learning perk. Olaf has grown up. Thrifty clerk. Ooh, it's quick as well. Alright, so you are steward primarily. Salma looks decent. In the Bard, all across the realm, the power of a new family appears to be taking root. 15% chance of befriending them. 86% chance of rivaling them. Failed. Angramir can get married again. So somebody managed to actually kill his wife. Xenia failed. Okay, so Ingridur. This is for Guardian. You are... yeah, going for learning, so that probably is me. So you're not going to have me as a Guardian for very long. And then Tjoimunder. You are going for stewardship. I'd agree with that. Which can then be Garima. Angramir, but I might do this when I take... no, you know what? We'll marry you now. Okay, so am I still seeing Chinese people here? No, this seems to be far more reasonable a selection of people to marry. You are mostly sneaky, so we need to find someone who is sneaky but not completely evil. Gidja? Should not have done that, that just cost you a bunch of prestige. But the armies are almost home, which is good because I'm overdue dying. I'm now also a defender of the faith. Huzzah. Wait, you are still alive? Right, Angramir got married, not Dan. How have you made so many enemies? It's insane. Yeah, I should have died a little while ago now. 81 years old. Emperor is more powerful. Knutter has come of age. Right, I need to find your spouse. You are quite good at this type of thing. Also known as stewarding. All these candidates are quite old. Laura. And our opportunities here are stacking up, but I kind of want to save them for whoever takes over next. We are not opposed to Basilios Anthemos' wishes, drawls Strategos Achios, sneering all the while. Merely not enslaved to them, it's not so hard to understand. Diplomacy check. appreciates my point. Good, good. How am I still not dead yet? So you guys have actually recovered full strength now. Your sizes are maxed out. My economy, meanwhile, has recovered quite nicely. Now, one thing I did mean to take a look at, because I saw somewhere that I have low control. I have low control everywhere. Okay, I should be increasing that. Oh, no, it's not actually that low. And you should be converting. What's their capital again? Okay, well, I was really expecting the handover of power to have occurred. It's a little annoying that it hasn't. Are our plans to go into the lands of the rising sun now on hold? No. We are still based in Greece. My next plan is still to go up to Mordvinia. Although we're going to have to spend a little bit of time reconsolidating. And it's still not even 1000 AD. Like, I'm really not in a hurry here. Strange noise. I arrived back at the castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 82 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me I've not heard from my wife Huld or any of my friends today. I trudge along my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, when I hear a clang and hushed whispers down the hallway. What could that be? Happy birthday! What a surprise! All of my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of my life. There is even an entire table laden with rice and honey pudding, my favourite. Here I was, thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I can't believe that Huld went through all this trouble of arranging this in secret. I had no clue that such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend, Roggenfrieda, approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Never the trickster, she says. I've got 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours. But which shall it be? Medium. The Viking Chronicles. Oh, hell yeah. Ornate chronicle detailing the history of the fabled Viking dynasty, first offered to Cobacilius Mordred. The cover is leather, displaying a repeating image of mythological beasts enunciated by the placement of zircon inserts. It is held closed by ornamental clasps. Diplomacy lifestyle experience. Are there actually any things I need to repair? Dragon figurine. I would quite like to keep that. The brilliant gemstone, learning +2. It's not that expensive to repair. The Norse sword, yeah, we definitely want that one. Oh, those were expensive. Okay. Control task is finished. So let's set you up in the next one. Alright, seriously, why? Why am I not dead yet? Ingadur's learned Angelic. Actually, it's Anglic, isn't it? Anglican. Still sounds funnier if you say Angelic. I've apparently become immortal. Kind of feels that way. Persians exploding. Where's the capital? They are extremely united. This guy's only 38. I was wondering if he was a great conqueror or something, but no. It's because the Persian Empire is really, really strong at the moment. We'll see if it lasts. I have just maxed out all 3 learning lifestyles. As well as one... No, I never did get military. Strategist. And even infirm, disfigured and scarred I have 32 learning. Right, I'm not wounded anymore. I got scarred instead. Dropping the medicine perk might get me killed. That's true. Yeah, let's go for military. So maybe get strategist. Strategy makes the most sense. Pull to become co-emperor. Yes. So Anthemos died. Denmark lost another battle. The Empire's guardian, our shepherd and sovereign, has left his mortal world. Basilius Anthemos is dead. Constantinople's supreme church, amidst dignitaries and prelates, a new Basilius first claim. I think this is the 6th emperor that we have seen in this guy's lifetime. Bearing in mind, he came here in his 40s. Maybe even his 50s. I think it was like mid to late 40s when we accepted the mercenary title. And now the Basilius Strategos will be rewarded. The family has appeared. I mean, one thing I could do is... I thought there was a retire option. Yeah. Because then I can at least play as my heir. And have Roggenfrieder start doing things, although honestly I think most of our next reign is going to be down. Ooh, intrigue character. Ooh. Not very good with them. I did also want to move my estate. Oh, we're still fighting a battle. Damn it. You are zealous. No, you're ambitious. Oh, that's totally fine. Ambitious is cool. Oh, I can move it. Oh, yeah, we want to move this to Athens. It's way safer. And also, this means that we benefit from the... No, damn it! It does. It is blocked by wars. That is a lot of rebels. Good grief. Rally the troops. I might be able to go and deal with them. Waiting for the recently landed to disappear. Goes. Potential battle. They have significantly more troops. But my troops are significantly higher quality. Who are my champions right now? Drogon, Fjorda, Armbjorn, Signy, and Knut. And at the moment we have Ali in command. I will have the defensive advantage because they're still attacking the city. Okay, let's see how this goes. 8 against 1. Now I'm dead in a year. So 3rd of January, 78. We're going to lose. Cecilia died. It's the second of our children to die. Yeah, that didn't quite go to plan. They lost 600, we lost 300. Recoverable. Especially because they're still taking attrition from the siege. If at first you don't succeed, fight again! Still -2. Oh, you're countering my Connie entirely. I have Varangians of 107 attack, though. Right, those are my theme troops. I've forgotten about them. I only have 100. Probably done with buying some more of them. Another one down. This one, they again lost double my number. Splendor has gone up, so I get another legacy. Okay, so what should our legacy be this time? So last time we got warfare. Let's open up a Twitch poll and go through the options and basically see. This is basically the legacy of this character, because he's been quite important. So, bureaucratic. He has been a strategos. He has been worrying quite a lot about influence. But I don't know how important bureaucracy is going to be if we're not going to stay in the Byzantine Empire. So let's put that as a maybe. Heroic bloodline. We are heroic. Although this is creating our own bloodline. So basically trying to create our own legendary characters. Again, maybe. Legitimacy, we're not. Adventurous, Wanderlust. This guy hasn't been that adventurous. No, he's been super adventurous. Because remember, he rose from being a mercenary captain to being co-emperor. Oh, adventure is absolutely one of his things. Actually, that's Wanderlust. And I feel like there's something appropriate about the sent to Varangian Guard element of this. Pillage, Sea Wolves, we haven't done any raiding. Language scholars, we have been learning for a long time. We have been trying to build up the cultural acceptance. So I would say that language scholars is still an option. Activities. We have not been doing any activities. Warfare. I mean, that's still true. Generational belligerence, pursuit, retreat, castle spelly cost. Yes. We came to power through war. Because remember, we were bullying the Byzantines and they said, stop bullying us, we'll give you land. So I said, okay. Law. We haven't really been doing anything law related. We've definitely not been doing anything guile related. Blood. Spreading our dynasty far and wide has cost me quite a lot. So yes, that is definitely one of the options. Erudition. I don't feel like we've been using skilled advisors in the same way as Mordred I. So I don't think we're going to go for that one. Glory. Maybe. I think that kin is probably more likely though, because we have been really investing again heavily in spreading our dynasty. So Wanderlust, Language Scholars, Generational Belligerence, Noble Veins, and Kin. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. And if you're on Twitch at the moment, you'll be able to vote. And if you're on the YupTubs, you will need to go to this link. Give me a second. I just realised I did not have the YouTube chat open. I am so sorry, YouTube. Kin. Out. Hello, YouTube. You can go to that one. So, get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Am I going to declare independence? Kara is asking. The initial plan was yes, until things took too long, and then we started dying for 5 years. So I would very much like to have done so. And we are still going to split away with the new character. Unless they die before we do, which is entirely possible. So get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Okay. Quite a lot of support for one of these options. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. What does kin give? Kin is plus 10% fertility and plus 5 attraction opinion. So, even bigger family, basically. Does Constantinople become Miklagard if you conquer it with the Norse culture? Don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, though. Because I'm fairly sure that this game does have cultural-based name changes. Okay, so the votes are in. Generational Belligerents and Language Scholars unfortunately got 0 points. Noble Veins got 5% of the vote. And then there was really a big fight between Wanderlust and Kin, and it was ultimately Kin who lost to Wanderlust with 67% to 29%. So, huge amount of support for Wanderlust. The spirit of adventure continues. We have more diplomatic range. Okay, now we may be actually legit reach China. Okay. Unlock. Trade events and raiding. Send gift cost is reduced. Seduce success chance goes up. Prestige for successful seduce. Really? With adventure? Okay. Alright, so we have that one locked in. And I also want to say thank you very much to Mastani for contributing a whopping 50,000 channel points. I think I understand now why Wanderlust won so heavily. They would still have won the legitimate vote. It was just enhanced a little bit. Very Byzantine. Sister Signy just died. We're supposed to die in like January, I think. We don't have our troops raised at the moment, do we? Oh no, we do. Where are they? Let's go ahead and disband you. Try to keep our troops at full strength for the handover. Although I must admit, just for my own sake, I'm really tempted to just give myself the prestige needed to form the hybrid. No. It can still happen with my successor, and then they will be the Greek portion of the family, whereas we're still Norse. December. Oh, I'm going to lose my military, I think. You just converted Attica. Let's make sure it's converted back again. Oh, we're going to lose also true here. I've been too slow in... What? Yeah. And you're still increasing control. January, and there it is. 2 days late. 84 years old. Basilius, Mordred of Crete, has joined the feast in Valhalla at 84 years of age. He died of old age, a hallowed shell of his former self. He had long lost his wits by the time of the final passing. Lady Roggenfrieda steps forward as the leader. Prone to rage, Roggenfrieda's enemies and vassals alike are likely to live in fear of her. Now, I'm going to do a save here, because I'm not 100% sure that I'll actually be able to become an adventurer. Because I'm still the head of the Viking family. Achievement. I made this. What's that? Well, an in-game achievement, but not a Steam achievement. What are the in-game achievements? Ah, there they are. Oh, now it appeared. Loot an artifact you do not have a claim on and pass it down to your heir. Okay, so... we have the Viking family title. We have claims on all of the Crete stuff. But Crete right now is owned by Angramir. And he's got his own succession, hopefully. What I'd like to try to do I even seen the option. Oh, I lost all of the items too. Oh, no I didn't. No, I didn't. Lifestyle, we're currently steward. Are we ourselves a steward? No, we're learning. So why do I have stewarding lifestyle? Oh, 1, okay. Now to do this, I need to actually own territory. Oh, I never moved the estate either, because that war never ended. Oh well, that's going to have to be something that our main man does. Yes, I do have a new set of councillors. We have Dan, who's our child, then Dan himself has 2. Literally just changes us to playing as Dan. Which is not what I want to do. When the brother gain more importance than us and become the family head. That's possible. Yeah, I guess we just play and see what happens. So our thing is learning. I think that we are going to... scholarship focus. Also kind of tempted to do some martial. Because this is going to be way more useful if we actually split off. And we are good at it. So I think I'm probably going to go strategy, if not chivalry. Let's go chivalry focus. Because we are athletic, hale, and strong. We're an absolute juggernaut. 38 prowess at 53. That's losing a lot of money. Oh, because the men-at-arms are recovering strength and I am over my limit at the moment. Ah! At least I don't need to pay for the thematic armies. Of those, I think it's probably going to be the Connie that need to go. Because the Druzhnik and the Huskars I think are the more realistic, considering where we've spent most of our time fighting. The Connie were just there because I needed something to flesh this out a little more. Yes, I also need to get the lifestyle perks. So on stewarding, I think what I'll take is golden obligation, so I can exchange hooks for money. I'm going to take iron, constitution, and healthy. We're going to go down the health system. We do need to bring in councillors, so our chancellor can be Gida, our steward can be Ironfast, our spy master can be Edla, and our marshal can be Attica. Okay, we really need to get a better marshal. Our councillors aren't really doing anything important. I really don't want to be losing that much money, so I think I've got to get rid of these guys. That reduces our losses in half. Designated terrain. I got this because of my wandering skill. Yes. You guys are designated forest and tundra. You guys have nothing that's your advantage. You can toggle automated armies in the military view. Open the military view. Here you can decide if you want your armies to be automated or not. You can do so at any time, even in the middle of a war. You can still manually buy men-at-arms, hire mercenaries, and go on raids. You can tweak this behaviour here by clicking the automated armies settings button. Controlling armies is the thing in this game I enjoy the most, so pass. And we're going to take woodlands. Even though down here lowlands may be better, I fully intend to go towards Russia, where it's mostly woodlands. Alright, let's let the end of the month pass and see what happens. Shadow of Thought. Shadow of Faith. Twilight. What joy it is to be the daughter of such an exemplary servant of Odin. The ardour I feel in my heart when I hear everyone refer to him as a paragon of virtue, Copacilius Mordred. His virtue is revered by Godar and pious Austruans alike. I wonder, will I humbly stay in my father's shadow, or will I achieve and surpass such piety in my own life? Will the good grace of Odin be visible in me as it was in him? Are you a zealot? No. No, you are not. One day I'll be like you. Except I'm not ambitious. And I'm also almost stressed out. Fantastic. But I can work off some stress. Let's go. This is not enough, I think to myself as I put down the training sword. I've been practicing non-stop and I'm still not getting tired. I need something tougher, something bigger, something heavier, something sure to tire me out. So I commission an extra hefty training sword, or I need no improvement at this time. Now give me that better sword. Marshal of Crete. Cool. Wait, the Khazars are here? Oh, you're tributary to the Khazars. Your overlord is. Interesting. Imperial permit to unlock silk production buildings in your estate. New lifestyle perk. This is the first in the military one, so I want to get the command ones first of all, and then we'll switch to strategist once we've built up the command stuff. Although actually, the number of adventurers I can bring, which is 1, I probably shouldn't care too much about what my champions can do. Alright, I need to look up why I can't become an adventurer. CK3, become adventurer decision. Only certain faiths and cultures, of which I am. Allows become adventurer decision. Specifically. Is that because I'm not landed? So maybe I need to use my influence to try and take over a territory. What if I go for Achaia? Oh, I can only go for ones that I have claims on. And even though I have a claim on here, I have the same problem I had before where I can only support the top tier person and not myself. This is you, allegedly. It's actually quite a good character. Vengeful, Diligent, Wrathful. Two of these are considered virtues in Norse. Crete. The theme of Crete. Definitely don't want to do that. Travel to a market on the Silk Road to unlock unique innovations. Ah, these are significantly further away. Because technically, Constantinople was the end of the Silk Road. And going there wouldn't be so hard, because I basically step out my house and I'm like, oh, I'm here now. Maybe it's the missing prestige? Doubt it, though. Your rivals with your liege. That, I'm sure, is going to do wonders for your health. Okay, so Byzantium is trying to retake Constantinople but does not have enough troops. You know who could flip that? Me. It's occupied, so I can't. Wait, can I? Landless cannot create rally points. So because this is occupied, I can't create a new rally point. It's slightly annoying. I've been appointed Master of Horse. Okay, now you're just insulting me. Hey, Ocelot. Next month, I should be prestige positive. Alright, Byzantium, if you just stay there, you'd probably win that fight. 600 against 1900. I can stop the reinforcements. No, because it's occupied. I can't raise troops here. I wish I could see that. Because you do have cataphracts, and you are in plains at the moment. I really wish I could see that card here. I think these peasants are actually going to win this war. There we go. Positive prestige. See, part of the reason I saved when I took over as Roggenfrieder is in case this happened, because then I could basically switch to another member of the family. The question then would be, who? What other kids did you have? You have Roggenfrieda, you have Angramir, and then there's Holmgar, who is a fighter. Maybe I'll play as Holmgar. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So I'm going to load game. Well, let's save this one first. Load you. And then let's see if I can switch character and become an adventurer. So apparently being admin may not work with becoming an adventurer. Check the decision file. I did wonder, but I thought that was just if you were the family head. Because I do vaguely remember my previous character having it. Honga. I'm an adventurer already. Okay, problem solved. So the head of the House Viking is still Roggenfrieda instead of me. Now I need to take it over. So yeah, I think it was just because I was the head of the house. And it's probably because of the estate. It doesn't know what to do with the estate if you're the head of the house, because the head of the house that owns the estate in the Byzantine. So from a mechanics point of view, I kind of understand why. But we are an adventurer again. And it looks like Holmgar is relatively new to this life. We have nothing. Ah! Literally starting as just a 44-year-old dude out on his own. Do we at least have some followers? Nope, we don't even have those. So when we first started an adventure, we at least started with 2 people. Now it's just us. Conditions were government allows administrative, top liege, and is landed. So yeah, I think it's explicitly because you are the head of the household. Head of the household, owns the estate, therefore cannot become an adventurer because it will just break things for that family. And that's fine. I'm actually kind of okay playing as Holmgar, so let's go and throw in a quick save here. And let's start doing some contracts and picking up the pieces. We're going to have to create a cadet house, I think. How does one do that? Yeah. Viking estate location, Constantinople. It's a decision. Wait. No! Bugger. I mean, yay, but also no. I want it to be Norse. Ah. We could do this, though. Yeah, so we can become Austria. Oh, sorry, Norse. I just need to find Norse culture. Which right now is just Iceland. Oh no, there's some here. Alright, well, I guess we're going to Scandinavia then. We do have a lot of provisions, that's not a problem. I do need to choose a lifestyle. And I think we are going to be fighters. Yeah, that is what we do best. So, realm, let's make sure that we are swords for hire. From the start, we're going to do that. And then we go to here. What's a caravan master? It's going to cost me the bulk of my food. This is so dangerous. I think I kind of maybe want to go this way. Well, actually, the first thing I should probably do... Wait, why am I leading an army? Serving as a champion in Viking adventurers located in Bialystok. Interesting. A faithful visitor, the campfire crackles, illuminating a figure entering our circle. He moves with vigour despite the lateness of the hour, hand wrapped around a walking stick. Those standing guard are already intercepting, but I wave them away. Do you have a place for a man of rod? He smiles at me, hopefully dirty clothes rustling in the stiff breeze. I could do with a man of such worldliness. If this fails, though, then I have a critical failure. Stay a while and listen. I'm now a traveller. So yes, I'm currently serving with this army, apparently. The roads we walk, the path ahead stretches on and on, a lonely, winding thread, twinning towards the distant horizon. This is how I get my 2 followers. Okay. Well, I think I want my scrappers. So let's get Nikita and Vishata. Where's my wife during all of this? High Chiefess of the North. Oh, she runs this. Interesting. So she's actually the captain of this army. I can apparently visit the tribal holding even though I'm not... There's Skillet Branch. Technically there. This ought to be interesting. Let's go to the tavern. Let's see who's up for recruitment. So we have got Yevdokia the Shy, who is at least hale. Good diplomat. Yemaran. And Lemudia the Wolf. Yevdokia. Can't afford anyone here. Never mind. Let's have you, because we're going to make it safer. I'd definitely like to be scouting for talent as we go. And otherwise, I think we're just going to be risky. But it does concern me a little bit that I'm travelling. Okay, so the cadet branch, 350 prestige. And we're going to be part of the, because this is my ultimate goal here. Mordvinian Viking. Motto, forgiveness. No, it's going to be Mord always. And I wonder what the symbol of Mord... Hang on, let's go back to that. What is the symbol of Mordvinia? That. Taking a screenshot so I can find it in the future. Open up Paint and just throw that in Paint. Okay, so I have it there. Alright, so this is my goal. Whether we actually become Mordvinians or not remains to be seen, so we do have those. Just the existing design. Emblem. I don't want this emblem. I instead want... This may take a minute. It's not an animal. It's not writing. It could be a tribal seal. Has like a bridge on the bottom. Not seeing any of those bridges though. Button. It is not a button. Pretty sure it's not a natural shape. It is not an object. It's not a common, whatever a common is. It's not a figure. Pretty sure it's not a faith. It is not a cross or a knot. It is not a circle or a spiral. Pretty sure it's not a Chinese seal. In other words, they've probably made it from a composition of different things. But I haven't seen anything that even looks like the bottom part. Okay, so we're just going to come up with our own symbol for Mordvinia. So what do you think our symbol for Mordvinia should be? Because we can also change the sigil of Mordvinia if and when we take it. This is also possible. It's very far north. It's in the Russian forest. It's not even Russian steppe. It will become Norse. It will become also true. So tribal is probably not where we want to go. Maybe... Runic? Could do an axe. Woodcutter type thing. There's a circle around it too. Yeah, I don't need the circle. That can go away. Oh, these axes are way nicer. I thought delete would be here. How do I remove this? I'm beginning to think I can't. I can make it so small so you can't see it. If it fixes it, it fixes it. Want that to look a little more centralized. No matter where I put it, it doesn't look central. That's because of how this bends. I see the problem. I do kind of feel like it should probably be bigger. There you go. Centered would be there, but I don't think it should be centered. I think it should be something like that. Also don't much like the colours. Well, it's in the woods, so maybe green. And then we'll use the house colours of yellow and orange, same as the sail and ship. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we are now House Mordvinia. Oh yeah, we need to change our group name. We are certainly not the Hammer of Viking. We're not the Maudlings anymore either. Instead of Maudlings, we're Maudvinians. Last time we were the Magnificent Maudlings, so maybe we're this time with the Magnificent Maudvinians. And we can be blue on the map, that's totally fine. Okay, we're making a lot of assumptions about where we're going to end up. So we basically have to take Mordvinia. We have one job. One job! Alright, challenge accepted. Let's do this! I also need to work out how the hell I can leave her army. I do kind of suspect I can probably do that by saving and exiting. I vaguely remember that fixed that type of thing in the past. So let's try. What could possibly go wrong? Create a cadet branch of your dynasty. Achievement got. Stand with us, that is a mercenary thing. Fight corruption, that could lose me people, which I really don't want to deal with. Actually, there was one other thing we can do. If we visit the tribal holding, something else, elder. Give me some diplomacy things. I just want more contracts. Okay, so apparently I can travel, which is very interesting. Scout for talent, willing follower. You are scaly. You are brave. We do like brave. Cost 75. I'll pay you in food and clothes. Uses up the majority of my supplies. As we continue through Merkeen, my eye catches on an elaborately decorated tomb amidst a network of common graves. We are very unlikely to get away with that, so let's just take the prestige. The Outlander. It is known the Lithuanian people are ardent believers in the Vidalist faith and do not take kindly to non-believers. Nevertheless, Merkeen is on our route, so we must pass through. Quickly, though, the villagers' vengeful eyes set upon us like lynx prowling its meal. Before we have a chance to react, the local Vaidiel descend upon us with a mob of raging fanatics, screeching about alleged heretical beliefs and demanding we pay atonement for passing through these holy lands. Well, there goes my money. Tumbling down as we ride through Trakai, my thoughts wander idly, bored of the monotony of the simple transit. When there's a sudden shout of alarm and attack, I whip my head around. No, it's the damn fool Svanhild. She's managed to fall from her horse. I would love to lose 56 stress, so I'm going to laugh at you. Sorry. But also not sorry. You should do that job. You should do that one, because I am sorely limited in how much stuff I can do. Dinner at Chieftain Kestitus's court is an ideal time to impress his courtiers with my dashing escapades. The happier they are, the fatter my purse is likely to be. I am very bad at all of these. I think I'm going to lose some more stress. Okay, so we've gotten rid of our stress at this point. I have no lifestyle selected. I thought I did. Oh no, because now I'm an adventurer. I need to choose again. This guy is a fighter through and through, right? Yes. Ah, and now I definitely don't have any of my inventory, so we are really starting from scratch. Awesome. Whoa, you've maxed out Gallant already. Okay, I can work with that. I volunteer during our stay at Chieftain Kester's court. We have done our best to meet our remit of entertaining and occupying his retainers. It seems we've done a good job a little bit too well. I am definitely pinching some of your people, because right now what I need the most are people. You're 64 and nearly dead. You're only 16, so Stanislav might be a good call here. And you're 26. Let's go with Stanislav. And then we can also add you to being a poet, so we can get a higher level of completion here. We can have up to 19 champions. We currently have 3. What drives us onwards? I've been wondering, my dear Hunger, drawls Chieftain Kestutis one idle dinner. You spin these tales of life and deeds, yet you live neath a muddy tent flap, barely sheltered from torrential rain and scorching sun. Glory, death, and friends made over spilt blood is why I do this. Harsh, but fair. Oh yeah, I have no heir. My wife is 48. I should probably take a concubine, Svanhild. Wait, I do have children. You're old, also true. What kind of marriage do we have? Regular. So what do you mean I have no heir? What are these two? Oh, we inherited their legacies. Okay, I was a little concerned about that. That's good. We did not inherit, like, the legend or the other thing. Okay, interesting. Distant shores and far-off climes. Being both Swedish and also true, and my alien way of life is endlessly fascinating to Chieftain Ketustis. Ah, also true. 'Tis a mysterious thing. Confusing debauchery. Oops. I don't think I'm making a very good impression on this guy. We're not very good at diplomacying. Diplomatying. Am I going to go to Japan with the Viking adventures? Eventually, yes. We're slowly making our way eastwards. I didn't want to do it in just one jump, because I know I'd get bored, so doing it in like little jumps is the way I want to do it. So we started in Gotland, then we went down to Athens, now we're going up to Mordvinia, hopefully, which is further east, just. And then we'll go across the steppe, either going down towards Persia or literally across the steppe, I haven't decided yet. Starving soldiers, I would absolutely love to have Tridenis joining us. He is actually quite good, so yes, absolutely. Welcome to the team. We are going to be here for a while. Ah, you can be a socialite. There we go. And now that does happen a little bit quicker. I don't really want to side with either of you, so figure it out. If I raise an army, does that cost money or prestige? Money. Damn. Alright, so we're at 50-50. Let's speed like this just so we can get to completing this faster. The travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak to me. So we will probably not find many things. We definitely don't want to spend the money. Or we can be stern on provisions and use less. Well, we'll find something even if it's not a lot. We found something. The other thing we could probably do... Yes, is gather provisions. It is July, so this is a good period to do it. And I do have very good prowess. So I should be able to hunt. Bring much food. There we go. We're back up to 1600. So we're back to where we started. Excellent. We've almost maxed this out. An alliance with Roggenfrieder. Yes, I will accept that because that's basically free work. We're not quite ready to execute the scheme. The thing is, I don't know whether we can get up to 75 or 73. And then if we execute the scheme, if we get the extra 5 that goes above that. Let's find out. It's just... I hadn't calculated. It does go above. Alright, so we have a 78% chance of succeeding. Success! Good. So we got some money. Opinion was improved, we got some provisions, we gained some prestige. Excellent! Let's head home. And with that, I think we're going to go up to Scandinavia. A well-oiled machine, a little forest of tents putting itself up every few evenings, is something we've gotten very, very good at of late. Good to see you getting on. Much better. Alright. I am still considered to be away from home. So how exactly all of this is working, I don't really know. I think it's kind of ignoring the fact that I'm in another mercenary company. But it is time for us to head up to Norway to become renorsified. So moving here would cost 1,000. Moving here would cost 990. That would seem to be the better choice. Now, part of this is I would very much like to go via you. And I think that is going to be the only consideration I make here. Let's go. You have claims on Denmark. That's why I kept on being pulled into the wars in Denmark. Interesting. Night by the campfire. Yeah, Nikita's only 23 and here's my second. Tell me another story, friend. And let's also have a little shake-up of the party. Do I yet have anyone that can work as a physician? No, absolutely not. We have just visited Lithuania. We will rest. I do have 2 bodyguards. They cost prestige to upkeep, but I'm actually okay with that. Prestige is one thing I have plenty of. We're not doing army things. I think I'd rather... improve your skills. Oh, right, because we have claim on Denmark. I could become a legitimist to try and take over Denmark. Hey, Mordred, did we migrate away from Greece again? Yes, we're currently on our way to Norway. Well, Sweden, but really Norway. To try and become not Swedish. This is a very small area that happens to still be Norse. So we've established this here. I would like very much to convert to the local culture. I acknowledge who I am. I am Norse again. And I would quite like you lot to convert. Oh, you're still even old, also true. Are you somewhere else? Right, you guys are in the other party. Oh, this is confusing. So my wife controls one mercenary company and I control another. So I do kind of feel like we need to divorce you somehow. And then marry somebody else. Like Svanhilda. Wait, you're my stooge? We'll hold out for a little longer, hopefully. So I am Norse. You guys, I think, have stayed with your mother as opposed to me, which is fine. I just don't have money to do anything. Let's go to the town. Visit the elder. Martial duties. Or transport. Transport tends to pay really well. I will take the supplies from Ivar. You know, I'm just being a Viking. Just doing Viking things. And then we will go and do some work for Chiefess Hweldvur. I will mind this well, but I'm going to leave the base there. I think I should probably travel with some wilderness kits. Just a little feeling I have. Alright, let's go. Love the multi-designs for the dynasty. Yeah, I'm quite proud of how that turned out. How do I take over as head of the house? Because she still decides the legacies, right? Yes. Which is annoying, because I really want to be able to control the legacies myself. The Hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry there's a small wooden table and a stool. Someone has left a lantern burning on it. Yes, tell me about my future. The Hermit takes a second before replying. He gets up and waits until I follow. There's some herbs scattered around and what seems to be a rudimentary bed. He turns to me when we're away from the entourage and with an oddly deeper voice replies, The fire shall talk and silver shall flow from the hoof of lowing cattle. How very insightful. Tempting fruit. Our road takes us through the treacherous parts of Kujavari, where I scan for any dangers ahead. A rustling bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? As I brace myself for impact, Svanhilda jumps out of the bush instead, holding a plant. You scared me, Svanhilda. Anyway, what do you have there? Some kind of fruit? Yes, looks and smells so delicious. I wonder what it tastes like. Maybe I'll just take a little bite. What if it's poisonous? Oh, possible outcomes, but I don't know which is which. It's fine. Gain some learning. Language barrier. Let me try. Successfully interpret the instructions. Jolly good. There we go. Job's done. I got paid. And I have another lifestyle perk, so we're going to go for Bellum Justum now. Go down to Strategist, because ultimately my objective here is absolutely to raise an army. The seasons have changed. It's about time for autumn again, huh? And its benefactor. Every time you complete a criminal contract, you get men-at-arms. Interesting. So you basically build a robber party. I think I can become a champion of the Swan relatively easy. Champion of Norse culture. Press claim on lepery. What do we want to claim? Oh, I think that this just allows me to take a territory. So that's maybe one of the ways that we become Mordvinian. I would prefer if you did not kill each other. They punch each other, but they don't kill each other. I can live with that. So can they. Of travels to come, journeying through darkness, I pass by a peculiar-looking tent, splayed open with yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, O mighty captain. I can tell them how many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels. For a modest price, of course. How about you come and travel with me, Roggenfrieda? You are quite smart, and I really, really, really need a physician. Which you are bad at, but at least you're not terrible. So there's that. Alright. We have a physician now, at least. And if I needed to, I could get married to you. I think you're actually worse than Svanhilda. Good. So we're back at camp. Let's first of all see if there are any other contracts. Some learning ones. I'm not very good at learning, but I'll take them anyway. And I can also do this artifact delivery. I think I will do that one first. Because again, they pay well. Before I do that, let's do this first. We just... we were just there. Fine! Without friends or protection, I am interrupted from my stroll near the pavilion by the approach of a nervous stranger, a man who introduces himself as Amot, and is clearly alien to Kemijari as I. Yeah. 66-year-old near death. He is a physician. He's very, very learned. Oh dear. Someone's trying to kill me. I'd rather they didn't, because I don't have an heir. Veined trinket. Ooh. Camp. Schema camp. My nephew Dan. What is it with you two? Good grief. Let it be known to all so he stops doing that. Janesar. Yes, tell me more. I can make a request of these. I could potentially do with some more provisions. Could also get a men-at-arms regiment. I don't think I want to do that just yet. So let's get provisions. Costs me some prestige, but I think that's worthwhile. The other thing I can do is start trying to build up the camp a little. Potto Yuxoda can come join us. He's 59 near death. You can join us, but you'll have to impress me. 20 prowess though, so there is that. I know where we are. That province is about to become occupied. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Hrodgir of Durnotus. I have bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly all those fights were dull. I am here on this road looking for someone better than me. Someone I can learn from. So you are combat 23, I'm combat 36. I have a 95% chance of beating this guy. Haha! Hrodgir's most recent foe slumps down, panting and defeated. It's that same guy, isn't it? Yes, he is. Brave words from an imminent loser. I wrestle him into submission. That guy is pretty good at fighting. And I have no equipment that's boosting it. This is just raw natural skill. Okay, so we've made it home. Almost. Oh, holding is occupied. Yeah, I think it's probably time for us to move somewhere else. Mordvinia has been taken by... Ooh, you're a conqueror. 23-year-old conqueror. Interesting. There are a couple of stand with us contracts available. We would go Huskars. It cost us 103 just to raise them. Let's try and sway you so you're less likely to try to kill me. You take over for now because you're just better at the job. I'm just a little concerned by the fact that you're in poor health. But anyway, I am Norse again, which is good. But I'm 47 without an heir. And people have been plotting to try to kill me, which is not ideal. We have 190% champion effectiveness, so even if I don't have an army, just my band of bullies would be more than capable of doing some serious damage. The thing is, I would not be able to directly myself join battles. Ah, good. Since I've left her party, I'm no longer in her party. So we're actually in camp now. So divorcing her did fix that, which is good. Now the question is, what do we do next? Well, we definitely move away from here. Question is to where? Oh, there's an escort mission here. Well, Grimir is in poor health now. Do a different design. I want to add something to this to show that it's different from the Magnificent Mortalings. So why is your name changed back? Because otherwise it's just confusing with the family Viking. What I'm thinking is thinking we add the axe somewhere. I'm now beginning to wonder if maybe we should have the axe as like the sail. The symbol of Mordvinia, but a little bit different. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. So now we can see that it's visually a bit different because it now has the axe head on it. And it's different from our cadet branch. Ah, is this in order of importance? I think so. Alright, so, back to the decision here. Is Scandinavia really the best place to make money? Further south it probably is. How much would it cost me to move? Well, I wouldn't be able to because it's under siege. Well, how about we move here first? 380. And if you went by sea instead? 210. Much better. Let's move away. Fish in the sea will eat well tonight. Travel speed. Yeah, say that. Alright, let's see if there's any jobs available around here. There is a mark wealthy citizenry, which I'm not interested in. There's a bunch of criminal things. Okay, so let's go to the holding. Let's talk to the elder. You don't really have anything that I want. Can I steal your supplies? Yes, I can. Yoink! Let's go to the tavern. So, 50-year-old mayor, who is kind of terrible. Or we have 18-year-old Hafrid, who is super smart, a witch, a herbalist, and a renowned physician. 79 ducats. That seems like a bargain to me. Done. Yeah, tell me a story. Rocking out. Okay, so Hafrid, I think you are actually the perfect person to get married to. Not matrilineally. Okay. And you are also going to be the personal physician now because you are excellent at that job. Might even be the second. Yeah, absolutely the second. Okay. So we now have good quality people. We could still definitely do with more fighters. But I think that's something that we can do in time. Who exactly are you fighting? Estonia. You're on your own. They have a lot more troops. Wait, High Chieftain of Visby. Chieftain of Gotland. Eh? I'm so confused because Visby is this city. It's the capital of Gotland. That one's a little too complicated for my taste. I think I'll back off, but thank you for the opportunity. I very much appreciate that. Run away! I'm genuinely not 100% sure where I want to go right now. I could stay in Scandinavia, but it doesn't really do me much good. It's quite poor. Could head down to like France and Germany, try to make our fortune. Because I'm also very aware of the fact that we have not built up the camp, like, at all. And we probably should, particularly like the barber's tent, so we at least have a passive income. Let's go ahead and start constructing that. And let's... You're still under siege, which is annoying. Who are you fighting? War of Tyranny against King Balder of Novgorod. You have significantly more troops. I'm wondering if I can join you here. Oh, you must have men-at-arms. Well, I've just lost the ability to do that, so let's go to Uppsala. Off we go. Demonstration of leadership. My friend Nikita has been hovering around my council chambers recently. Knowing his interest in matters of leadership, I cannot help but feel the man is waiting for me to impress him. So we can discuss methods of communication or recruit the recruits. Men-at-arms recruitment cost reduction. 2 years. Let's do that, because this is something I very much want to do. Surely we can come to an arrangement. We could not come to an arrangement. That is annoying. Treasure map. We can do that. So my immediate thought is, why are we not paused? My second thought here is, why don't we sail? My third thought is, I can't afford that, it's too expensive. Let's go. The banquet tables extend far. My high throne gleams with rubies and sapphires. Guests from the four corners of the world celebrate my 20 years of blessed reign. Another cup of sweet ambrosia, glorious Emperor, Supreme Archsteward Grimir asks, offering a splendid goblet. I quaff from it eagerly. Dance for me, fool! I bellow at the deranged and humbled Lys. Such is the fate of those who cross me. I close my eyes for just a moment. Upon opening them again, I find myself in an all too familiar straw bed. I sigh. Just a dream. Stress gain reduction is nice. It was a pleasant dream. I'll take the diplomacy. Danger! Sticks in the wheel. Rocks! I hear Hotgreer shout out in panic. We're gonna be late. Familiar trees. I know exactly where we are. See? Told you. Spademar, the lynx boy, not the wolf boy. As we travel through the wild lands of Kainu, I find myself with a distinct feeling of being watched. Training. Did we find the treasure? We went all the way there and then nothing happened. What just happened? Try that again, I guess? Trados is swayed, so... He's getting a little happier with me. Wife falls pregnant. Good. Hopefully this is the line of succession secured. Danger! A buzzing scourge. The woodlands of Galistranu are swarming with tiny dark blood-sucking insects. I know exactly where we are. It's fine. There it is. As we arrive in the outskirts of Swandavara, I follow the marker on the treasure map through the cliffs and the undergrowth, and the Tiger opens up into a magnificent wellspring. A plethora of birds and grazing animals populate this spot, undisturbed by the outside world. I ponder the beauty of the location, and how all the creatures exist in gentle hierarchy. Insects, fish, birds, and beasts. A warmness grows in my chest. This is a divine sensation, there can be no doubt. Splendid! Torbjorn can barely contain his excitement as I return to his tent. That sounds truly breathtaking. I've spent so much of my life searching for wealth, for trinkets, for things that glitter. This... He pauses for a moment, lost in thought. This is where I will spend my final days in peace. Thank you, my friend. So I gain Divine Springs, which does stress gain reduction. Nice. And also 1,000 provisions, which is even nicer. I don't know why treasure hunts give so many provisions, but they do. But this is going to let me have a lot more freedom to move down into, like, France or Germany, hopefully. Delayed by 20 days, ouch. A shave and a haircut. Follower games nickname, Hafrid the Witch. Ooh, Rodger left. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he was my good fighter. Oh, he left the Trouble Entourage. He didn't leave the party? Oh, he's still here. Okay, that's fine. Martial perk available. Excellent. So with that, I think we will get organised march, because that army movement speed is extremely useful. Claim lands. Halves the cost of the Adventure Invasion CB. For 35 years.
Huzzah!
Wanderer or Flexible. Now, I do actually want land, specifically in Mordvinia. So I do need to start building an army. For that, though, I need money. Yeah, there's nothing here for me. Alright. Let's... Considering how many little kingdoms there are, there's gotta be some wars and things going on there. So let's head down... Right, to Prague. We'll stop off at all of these capitals on the way. Cost me a lot of my food, but we can get there. It's going to be a little dangerous, but it's fine. A winged thief. I'll show it mercy. My son and heir, Torbrander. Excellent discovery. And with that, I now have an heir, so my succession is secure so long as the kid survives. Warbird coming in with a 102-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support. Hope you're doing well. Hope things are good. Dang it, missed 100. Unfortunate. You'll just have to be back again for the 200. Easy. But yeah, how are things going, dude? Spadnar, longing for the wild. One more chance. Didn't say he left. So maybe he didn't. I don't know. Kingdom of Poland, the Holy Tree, where I find King Powell the Cruel having a bit of a dance-off. I'm told that nature is venerated here in Lubash as an extension of the will of the god. We watch as the locals adorn an old tree and find materials and jewellery as if they were courting it. Many in the entourage are satisfied to watch from a distance, but I feel compelled to do something more. Fascinating. As we head towards Praha, we stop in our tracks for a short break. A few people set up to gather nearby water, and others stay to watch the caravan and look for dry lands. Stanislav dips his flask into the water and quickly pulls back with a yelp. He's been bitten by a grass snake. Eventually the serpent releases its fangs from its flesh, but it's clear the venom is taking its toll. Well, we have a very good healer, so we'll be fine. None in my camp are intimately familiar with the terrain in Lubash, and as such, lands are not to be trifled with. Getting your detailed map would be lovely. Unfortunately, that costs money. I'll put myself into heavy debt for this. Sickness in the herd. There's no two ways around it. Whether from weather, terrain, overloading, or simple bad luck, some malady has gotten into the camp's pack animals. Sickened herd for 10 years. Oh, this is a harsh one. Redistribute the gear till they recover. 25% more expensive to move our camp. For 10 years. Though nobody ever dared dream it, it appears there has been a breakthrough in Spadnar's development. Once a simple child, cradled but none but feral beasts, the boy is at last showing progress. Spadnar speaks in complete sentences and plays with other children his age as if he's always been one of them. Today, after the usual lessons, he even asked me to be his father. I've never succeeded in this! Absolutely. Loses nonverbal, loses feral. Hell yeah! The teacher of knights. Whilst walking through the streets of Spavald, Spadar suddenly runs off towards a side street. The whole entourage is taken by surprise and we run after him, only to find him waving a misshapen sword at some old man. Is that the best you can do, little prince? He turns to us after teasing an angry Spadar and remarks with a wide grin. You want to join in as well, Captain? I think you might be a bit older than my usual group. I will take the go. I also need to make sure that Spadar, who is now actually the heir... Oh, now that's interesting. Playing as a former wolf boy. I tried to make him brave. That's interesting. I hadn't even noticed that before. We'll try to do that, sure. Gains brave. Yay! I approach my son Spadar and snatch him by the collar, spitting, "Strike me!" He quails, protesting, "But you're the captain!" Do it, I insist, until I'm hit across my grinning face. Fear nothing, boy. If you can strike me, then what can't you do? Try, strive, fail. Then you'll die with honour, love, duty. All the better than a meaningless deathbed. Odin and the magnificent Mordvinians, cries Spader. I shall not fail. That's my boy. Not too bad. Planning a wedding. Hey, congrats. That's awesome. How far off is it? Okay, this is the capital of Bohemia, and we have now arrived in Prague. Yes, I have my detailed maps, which I should be using. So there are a couple of missions around here. Protect the innocent. That's a prowess scheme. I can do that one. Let's do that. We go. Travel to accept. Animals, thugs, ruffians! The mayor thought seems to be enough to disturb Count Dobromil's demeanour. The common people of the county are so agitated, I fear they may rise up in arms any moment now. Those with young families have been rebuking my officers, asking why we haven't protected them. You have high... I can't learn language from you. Let's go with no reason to compromise. So that can go all the way up to 100, and the phases are going to be quite quick, because we're quite good at fighting stuff. And this will pay off all of my debts, so would very much like this to succeed. Captain Holmgear, my friend, I've met the most attractive woman here in Pilsen. Please help me. No. I don't even need to be greedy to say no. Although she's not terrible. Fine. Go into even more depth. Though that does actually make a good point, because I have a lot of people who are currently unmarried. Marital status, speaking of marriages. Unmarried. Adult. And yes, I should probably get these people to marry off. I don't need the concubines anymore. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I probably can't choose them because they're my concubines. How do I release you as a concubine? Oh, that. No, I don't want you leaving camp. I just want to marry you off. Alright, fine. So we should complete this relatively quickly. In September, nice. Schema discovered. Lady Roggenfrieder is planning to kill me. What? We're allies. The Mordvinian Vikings and the Vikings are now in conflict. This can only end well. Alright, let's execute the scheme. Success! 61 ducats gained. Very good. I nose for trouble. Father! Cries my son, Spadehar, bounding up to me at full speed and nearly bowling me over. Look what I found! It's a puppy! Good for you. Alright, so let's have a word with the Elder to see if there's anything good around here. Transportation, that sounds good to me. How about supplies? I can take the supplies or the entire store. Your call. Successfully intimidated, so I've got some free stuff. Good. Okay, so what do we get? We have an artifact delivery and an escort emissary. And hopefully between those two, that will then put us in good stead to afford an army, because then I can start doing some of the stand with us missions. So, it's not too far away, thankfully. And there we are. We are net positive again in terms of money. Let's go an emissary. This one pays a lot less, but it's also not too far away, so that's totally fine by me. Unfortunately, this is still not enough money to actually hire the men-at-arms that I want. Oh, yes it is. Yes, it is. Hang on. Can I get you to marry from the other side? Okay. Hang on, I can challenge her to a fight. Her combat's 27. Mine is 34. It's good for my aspiring Blade Master. It's a little bit of a risk. And the stress I can afford. Let's give it a go. I arrive in the designated spot near Constantinople. Wow, I got there in a hurry. In good time and find Lady Roggenfrieda is already waiting for me, along with a small entourage of witnesses. Whatever else she may be, Roggenfrieda is fit to fight and willing to risk meeting me woman to man. The formalities are brief. We know why we're here, and we're long past the point of talking. Weapons handed out, and our retinues retreat to observe from a safe distance. For a few brief moments, Lady Roggenfrieda and I pace in lazy half circles. He's watching for an opening. I heft my sword, ready to defend myself, while she clutches the Norse sword firmly in hand. This fight shall be till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Roggenfrieda counters with a fierce hail of quick slashes, almost running me through repeatedly. So she's gone for high success, medium injury. Then I'm going to try and tire her out if she's being really, really aggressive. Form is excellent, hers is incredible. Oh dear. Time and time again I backpedal, dodge and weave, always keeping just within tempting target distance. Soon Roggenfrieda is showing signs of exhaustion. Roggenfrieda hefts her sword in a strangely familiar fashion, then executes a near-perfect powerful cleave that I could swear I've seen before. I'll show you how I attack. Low risk of injury, high risk of success. My sword flows around Roggenfrieda like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Roggenfrieda pulls back from every blow, letting me attack without getting another solid hit in. It's not long before I can feel myself begin to tire. My form is excellent, with little chance of an escape. a mistake, and her stance is incredible. I am the fastest blade. In battle, I am an artist. Every strike is a brushstroke, every fallen foe or gout of blood a splash of paint. As I brandish my sword, switching seamlessly between flourish and strike, I paint a picture of agony across my foe. Roggenfrieda counters with a fierce hail of quick slashes, almost running me through repeatedly. Both of us are too good. I think. Parry riposte. My sword arm moves fast as lightning and strikes as hard as sundered stone, blow by blow. I beat my opponent into a bloody concussed submission, hammering her down into the ground with the fury tear can lend me. When all that is left is a quivering pile of bleeding woman, I wonder if I've gone too far. Then Roggenfrieda coughs hard enough to lose her grip on the sword, and I allow myself a little sigh of relief. With worry over, I kick my foe's weapon away and lay down my own against her throat. It takes a few tries, but Roggenfrieda gets the yield out eventually. She becomes wounded. I gain some more aspiring blade master. I lose 91 stress. And best of all, I make a bunch of money. Resting easy back in Prague, I exult in my success, my sword laid across my lap. The satisfying aches and pains rippling across my body remind me of the small moments in the bout. The little victories and fierce fought defeats, each winding towards Roggenfrieda's loss. A sack of silver rests against my shin, the satisfying weight a testament to justice well served. I had each coin counted, one by one, in front of everyone, before we rode home. Yesterday we put our quarrel before the gods, and the gods answered wisely. Justice is served. Well, that worked out quite well. Alright, so now I am going to create a man-at-arms regiment. We're going to go for some huscarls. Now, do you cost money to replenish? Or do you... No, you don't. You cost provisions. Or I can do scrape the barrel and I increase you over time. Oh, man! Uninspired. Fine. The other thing I could do is try to upgrade the barber's tent so I make some more monies. No, I can't. It's too expensive. However, now that I have an army, however small, I can join these mercenary wars. And my army is small. I have 5 dudes, plus my champions. But my champions are incredible. So Chieftain Carl, who outnumbers his opponent, and is winning, is offering me a mercenary contract. Huzzah! I'll accept that. Alright, so... raise the army. All 9 of us. We're a mighty force. And we're just going to attach to their army and just follow them around. And hopefully not get intercepted on the way over. That would be a bit embarrassing. What's the capital? We can do that too. There's their army. Ruin Rumbling. Yes, I definitely do want to do this. A small trinket. An Opiotor's horn. More fertility and spouse opinion. Okay. Alright, so now that I'm here, I can press this button to attach to that army. So now wherever they move, I will automatically move to. Because there probably will be a showdown at some point. Martial perk, lovely jubbly. I would very much like to get hit and run. So I lose less troops and my heavy infantry do more damage and toughness. Sounds wonderful to me. Tenacious Craig, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Welcome to the Maudlings. Good to have you joining us. My son Spadenar has been asking me for a Copperell for a long time, and I told him we could get one for him in 3 months if he displayed more focus in his studies. Ever since I made the promise, he has been redoubling the effort in his studies. Yeah, I would never deceive you. So we will easily win this siege first. And then hopefully we turn around and go and beat them up, because we have enough troops to do it. Me and Spader have become besties. Good. The culture of Bren is unfamiliar to me, some of the customs equally alien. This is proven especially true when Stanislav, acting as the cook for the evening, beckons me over to look at the stewing pot. So I can get some more provisions. We can try it, which has a chance of increasing Norse plebeian cultural acceptance. But that one I don't really care about, so let's blend it with Norse cuisine and get those provisions, because we're going to need them if we're raising armies and the like. Speaking of which, I can't scrape the barrel until 84. I wish there was an option to say, poke me if this becomes available. You could give me a man-at-arms regiment. Oh, Connie! Sweet. You know what? I'll take that. And you get 100 of them? That was really worth doing. Okay, cool. So I put Carls and Connie. That works for me. And concubines fallen pregnant. Right, I should also take a look at those. I find myself making such noises when sitting down at the campfire in the evenings now. The elders always talk about how that happens when you get older, but I'm only 51. No, such is the wear and tear of a life lived rough. I can see the toll it takes on others too. Svanhilda winces a bit as she slumps down next to me. I can spend 100 ducats to upgrade the pavilion, basically for half the price. Do it. Do it. Do it now! Lost the siege. You've lost the battle. You've lost the war. Because you didn't go and fight them like a moron. Not my fault. I have 0 contribution. I was with you the whole time! What? Alright, well now I can raise a bigger army, so who else needs help? Chieftain Gerard, who's currently fighting against you. You have like 2,000 men more than them. For this though, I'm going to scrape the barrel again. Got them that time. I could just spend this. Okay, so now I have 200 troops, so I think that this makes a lot more sense. I'm going to go ahead and take this contract. And we will need to raise troops. 204 of us. Let's go. Expectations! You're always there for me, and I hope you know I'm grateful. My son and heir Spader approaches me in a rare display of appreciation. That's what it means to be a guardian. I don't really need a hook on you. Right. How old? There's 12 randos still in there. So their army is running. I think I might actually chase them down. My sister has been imprisoned under house arrest. Womp, 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 womp. By Angramir. Oh, those Byzantines. You're still running. You're running too. She's been released. So 467 against 204. I am leading. I have a huge amount of commander advantage and we're fighting in the woods, which is good for my Huskarls and bad for my cavalry. Plus 23 attack. You do outnumber me 2-1. But my Huskarls are unopposed. My Connie are somewhat opposed. Their archers are entirely countered and their pikemen are entirely countered. This is going to be a slaughter. A daughter. Strategical impasse. I'm sitting around the table with Tridenis and Nikita, discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Tridenis bangs his fist on the table, loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies. I mean, as mercenaries, I kind of think we should. Although, improved avoidance does give the movement speed so we can pick our fights better. Or my commanders gain those bonuses and I gain neither. No, I think we're being aggressive. Alright, so we actually stack wiped their army there. Gained prestige, gained piety, and also 50% war score. Plus 40 contribution. Still only 40, I need to get 100 for the minimum. Where is their land? Wait, we're fighting Italy? I just beat the Italian army. Huh. Interesting. Hopefully it's giving birth to a son. So the family is growing now, which is good. I didn't actually lose any troops in that battle either. Not a single death. Oh, they brought in some mercenaries. Lithuanians, they are good people. That level is too high. Queen Bona is dead. Rescind the obligation, stand with us. You've sent me 5 ducats. Amazing, thank you so much. Now I need to go home and disband you. I only disbanded friendly territory, so I have to walk you home manually. But I am still at war with them, which is very annoying. It actually really annoys me. It's like, you start travelling home without your army. I would rather just stay with the army and walk home with them. Fortified knowledge. The high altitude and the brisk air of Jihlava has very refreshing quality as we traverse the local hill fort. I ogle the soldiers training below with a keen eye. Their tactics are not completely foreign to me, training the martial arts as I am. Would you like to join us? Rough terrain expert. I definitely prefer that over reckless. Yes. Rough terrain. Nice. Hills, mountains, and wetlands. My path back to the pavilion takes me close to the camp's edge, where the shouts and screams of children at play draw my attention. My son, Spadenar, is leading several others in rolling fiercely end over end down the grassy hill. There doesn't appear to be much skill involved, but the children are competing over who can go the fastest. So you can gain a diplomacy, stewardship, or intrigue. Or martial and learning. 100% martial and learning. Go on, explore, kid. Go down, it's not swayed, but that's okay, we can cancel this now. He likes us well enough. So as nice as it is to be getting some more combat skills, it's not really doing us much good in terms of raising our strength, raising our finances so we can improve the army. The food at Princess Dorota of the Holy Roman Empire's residence prize, excellent of course, a far cry from the usual rough and ready fare I'm used to. I'm very glad you can answer my summons, Dorota says, gesturing in my direction. I'd like to see if there is anything we can do to help one another. I will take the $14. Thank you. And then I will go into town to see if the Elder has anything for us. Definitely take the travel. I'll also see if I can steal some supplies. I can. Okay, so we have 2 transportation missions, which is nice. Let's go. Travelling through the sometimes harsh environment has the invigorating effects on at least my state of mind and vigour. As I glance over at Roggenfrieda, however, she does not seem to be having it quite as good. Her movement is laboured and breathing heavy. You are one of the concubines. Yeah, have her treat her. For a physician. Do physician stuff. A cultural fascination. Ever since entering Roklov, I have been treated much like an animal in a spectacular garden. The people stare in amazement at the mere way I speak and carry myself. As we make our way through, I am suddenly approached by a peculiar and enthusiastic man who, unlike the rest of the crowd, speaks Norse. Learn language. Polish, yes. I would love to learn Polish. And there we are. Job's done. So I again have enough money to raise some more Huskars. And we'll do another scrape the barrel. Come on! It's like an 80% chance of success. I've done it 3 times and failed twice. Bishata is in charge of food supplies and sheepishly revealed our provisions are now all but useless, having been poorly stored. Patches of mould cover the bread and the produce, and we have quickly used up the remaining dry food. The party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. 2% chance of dying. I have died to that before, so I always hesitate. Alright, so that travel thing is done. Let's go ahead and do this one. Ooh. Oh no, this is going to the capital, the place we're at war with. Rutroll. My sister Ingrid has let it known that not only is her unborn child the product of an illicit union, but the father is none other than Prince Romanos of Galatasaray. Ooh. Okay. Meanwhile, Angramir is still clinging on to power. Unfortunately, it does look like they'll lose control of the Cataphanate. As we trek through Krumilov, our caravan is stopped at a clearing bordered by sparse pines. Iskra and Roggenfrieda having an irate row. Make a note. Hey. Spider is the age where the child absorbs everything and anything around him like a sponge soaking up water. Though present circumstances prevent me from giving him the finest of educations, the young lad seems no less eager to learn from it, and instead of tutors and books that someone of more fixed wealth might be entitled to, he roams the camp, shadowing my officers and eagerly assisting them in their duties. So he particularly follows our second and gains diplomacy and martial. Cool. One foot after another, I slowly move forwards on a narrow mountain trail. Suddenly I hear a rumble and quickly silent scream. Shocked by the commotion, I whip around. Instead of Amarot walking behind me, there is only the equally befuddled and tired face of Hrogdir standing in front of the freshly turned rocks. "Where's Amot?" I demand to know, my voice barely escaping my dry mouth. The only response is the faint whistling of the wind. Very dangerous and many will perish. Or he will be in our prayers. Now, you're not one of the ones I actually recruited. You're just the husband of Tiri, who's not even with us at the moment. Oh no, you were. You were the guy who was actually a really good physician, but was replaced by my wife. May you rest in peace. There we go. We gained the victory just before I got to their capital to hand over some relics or something. The mercenaries of Aquilia. We sit in a quiet tavern in Aquilia when a loud band of ragged-looking swords come barging in. The brutish leader pushes one of the guards aside and audaciously sits down at my table. "A noble, eh, my lord? Interested in the services of the best bands of mercenaries in Aquilia? More loyal men you'll never find. At least if you pay us properly. So I get an army of 600 in Praha. I can't afford an army of 600 in Praha. I could, however, get you to join us, and you are a blade master and a brilliant strategist. Join us. We've got to be late. Hopefully we still get there by the end of the month. We should. Treat him. To game or to ride? Spadehar has been oddly quiet for much of the day, so I decided prudent to go and check up on him. I find him in his room with Adon, who appears to be half-heartedly playing chess with an enthusiastic Spadehar. Adon wanted to ride, but I decided we should play board games instead. Stubborn, eccentric, or fickle. Oh, stubborn's good. There we are. Another 20 ducats done. And I can pay the new captain, so we're all good. The wetlands of Friuli are swarming with bloodsuckers. So recruit a random man-at-arms regiment. Is that going to go over my... Oh, I'm under my limit right now. Right, because we became a mercenary company. I think, honestly, I'd kind of just prefer money. Wife is pregnant again. Love at first camp. Father, Spadehar, stammers. Behind him, shyly clinging to the boy's hand, lurks a gangly Cisalpine youth. This is Berta. Can she come with us? They have identical traits. Yeah. Lose 600 provisions. But I gain a whole family of extra people, so I think that's actually quite good. It has been snowing for days now. The road ahead appears completely impossible. However, as I look ahead, I see a small group of people approaching us fast across the snowdrifts. "46% chance of him joining us. We'll just pay him money." And he joins us. Another fighter. Excellent. And there happens to be a stand with us contract basically next door. No! Oh, that's annoying. She's really good. I do not want her to die. Many will die. This is just a price I will have to pay. Alfred was not found. Not afraid it was wounded. Bugger! Well, we have a coterie of children now, so it's fine. Except for... yeah, I lost both of my physicians. Both of them. That's actually really annoying. Ah! Alright, no more mountains. Light cavalry, toughness and pursuit. That sounds good to me. As Connie, our light cav. I come across a woman while passing through Netalice. She is rigid and appears deep in thought. You are comely, 43. You can come in as a second. I'll put you in food and clothes. Your spouse is dead. Learn language as we pass through the barony of Pisek. A jubilant local approaches my entourage. A smile stretches from ear to ear. I discern she is offering a warm welcome, but the finer aspects of the speech are sadly lost on me. Gain 104 days progress. 15% chance, higher chance of success. Yes, I would like Jadwiga to join our camp. That sounds good to me. Okay, so we've made it back. I could hire another set of Huskarls to bring us up to the 300. It leaves me penniless again, though, if I do this. Let's do it. So scrape the barrel. And if we wanted to refill men-at-arms, it would cost me 1,400, which is far too many provisions. However, we could do the Stand With Us mission here. You seem to be losing quite badly, though. 108 against 1,005. But the people you were fighting against suck. The question is, am I better? I suspect probably. As long as it means I don't have to cross another hillside. Alright, let's give it a go. So there's 232 of us. We are outnumbered like 5 to 1. Let's throw in a quick save here, just in case. Is there a man named Peter in Pissac? Say KCD2 reference. I don't know. Do I have KCD2? I think I do. I haven't played it yet though. I do. It's one of those games I need to sit down and find some time for. Probably after the carpal tunnel has started to fade. A bit more than it already is. Oh, and Tenacious Craig, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I think I already acknowledged that one, actually. But thanks again. Welcome to the Maudlings. Again. Yeah, KCD I definitely need to do. I'm currently playing Rogue Trader. I did basically everything on the side. So now I just need to do the main quest. which has been a lot of fun so far. Then I really want to play Baldur's Gate 3, because I still never completed that. And then after that, maybe Kingdom Come 2. I'm also kind of happy waiting for KCD a bit, because I know they tend to add quite a few DLCs and things. Have they done any already?
Peggy.
Yes. And I, in fact, have basically all of them. One of the top games played on Steam Deck. Well, if it's good with the controller, that is actually something I could do while I still have carpal tunnel. Yeah, full control support, Xbox. Huh. Then maybe I should prioritise that one a bit more. I keep telling myself I'll finish Baldur's Gate 3 one day and then I get back to Act 3. Yeah, I've heard that Act 3 drags a bit. I mean, I'm increasingly convinced that any RPG that has a significant portion of their gameplay in a city is just boring. RPGs for me are the most fun when you're out in the wilderness exploring. I find that cities tend to be really dull. Unless they're like smaller scale. Like I actually think that Baldur's Gate 1 did cities really well. No, that's not true because there's Baldur's Gate in that as well. But you don't get that until the end of the game. It's just the same as 3. Baldur's Gate 2, you start in but I never felt that was so crazy overwhelming. But I think that's because you have fairly decent reasons to leave early on. So as long as the main city is kind of a hub rather than something you just need to do in one go, it's okay. My feeling is they needed to spread it out a bit more in Act 3. It feels like there's plot relevance in every single building. Yeah, that's problematic. And actually very similar to Baldur's Gate 1. It was very, very plot heavy in Baldur's Gate. Love my Resist the Dirge playthrough. Yeah, Dark Urge is what I need to do. Now that I know its connections to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, that's the way I need to play it. But that requires a new character. Because when I first saw it advertised, like, why would I want to play as the bad guy? This holds zero interest to me. But now that I understand there's a bit more nuance to it, I am far more interested. Are you stealing my glory? You bastards! That's a lot of piping. Still. No, I'm not even leading the battle. Oh, come on! Did I even get contribution for this? Talk about kill steal. Nope. Dude! What the hell? This is tanking my prestige, I think, every time I, like, fail to do this. This time he didn't seem to care so much. So far, being a mercenary has just been an absolute bust. I should probably work off some stress, actually. Let's do that. Good exercise for a year, lose 56 stress. I do have a chance of wounding him. Worth it. Extra challenge invigorates you. Well done, kid. Not bad for a 12-year-old. Who's also athletic. That's true. Right. I should try to continue marrying these people off so they stay within the party like Yasman. You're 43. Let's marry you two together. Yeah, Edwiga's 31. She's supposedly an intricate web weaver, though she sucks at it. Let's go with Hrodgeir. And then there's the two concubines I can do nothing with. And we have no other women in the party. Okay. Anyway, this stream has hit the point that I should probably end so I don't get my arm too painful. I can feel it tingling a little already, so I think this is a good time to give it a rest and then come back again later this evening. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this and you would like to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. You can, of course, also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/MordredViking. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find us on twitch.tv. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/MordredViking. I think that's it for me for now. I'll be back again in 2 hours, so 6 p.m. this evening, Central European time, where we'll continue with the Crusader Kings and see how much closer we can get to Mordvinia, that place we haven't actually visited yet. Yeah, interesting times. You're still in charge. We'll think about how to deal with this. Anyway, that's all for me. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.